running back that you did last week?
Yeah. I mean, it's still a lot of it's by play, so it's really, I don't even know how I haven't seen Sat and the offensive staff's openers yet. So, it could be really any of the guys to start it. But Ramir, the first time we go out on third down, Ramir will take those snaps. And, so I think it'll be pretty close to the same. It's just I don't know how exactly the game will start, to be honest with you.
For some of the guys who weren't ready for you to have Blyhill, Lutovsky, Gunner, are they ready to go for this one?
Yep, they're all right. They're all up.
Sort of the same formula at kicker as you had the first week.
I think Tristan would be the kicker. I think there's probably a spot maybe where we could use Hull, but I think we feel really good about where Tristan's at right now. And John, once he settled down in the game, kicked off the second two kicks. He kicked them with over 4-second hang time. Kicked the ball through the end zone. So, Tristan's our field goal kicker.
As the future schedules sit right now, there isn't another game between Nebraska and Colorado moving forward. What do you hope for this rivalry?
I have no thoughts on that, honestly. I think none of us really know what the world's going to be like here soon, and until all the conferences we all play the same amount of conference games. As I've said to you before, if they would have said to me last year, like, hey, we're going to schedule UCLA and USC at the non-con in the same year, I'd have thrown a fit. Well, here they are. So, I don't know that. Troy, you got to think about having Troy who'll handle all those things. I'm kind of just very much in the moment. I do think it's great we're playing, but I don't know what'll happen.
And Matt, with the heated rivalry and all the eyeballs, all the cameras and stuff on this game, what's the message to the players when it comes to just keeping composure on the field when just a heated electric environment?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same message we have all the time. I mean, to me, when we play, we're worried about us. We try to play one snap at a time. I mean, if you come to practice or if you listen to something I say on Chasing Three, it's pretty much always the same thing, right? Play together, play one snap at a time, get ready to go compete. So, if we play differently because of who we're playing, then we're not really who we say we are. We play to our standard, and sometimes we don't get to our standard, but the goal this week is to play to our standard, and TV cameras and eyeballs watching shouldn't affect that. I'm sure it does in human nature, but we don't want it to. And so we're trying to, I showed them the Bud Crawford, Errol Spence fight this week. And you see just the way, Terrence, Crawford goes out there to fight, and just the way he's just so stoic and stone-faced and methodical. And, he just keeps that jab going. He walks in, he takes a punch, counter punch, and just, it's not a lot of emotion and rah-rah, not a lot of flash. He's even dapping up Spence after the 7th round where he knocked him down for the second time. He just respects his opponent, but he's just closing the distance, biding his time, and then the 9th, he attacks. And so that picture of what that great, a great boxer who's obviously local, but a great boxer looks like, that to me is what a great football team looks like. It's not emotional. It's not swinging from side to side. It's just very methodical and stoic and stone-faced. And so, so I hope we play that way. There'll be some young guys, I'm sure they'll get lost a little bit in the moment, but I also want us to enjoy this. We're obviously having this opportunity because of Colorado and what they bring, but our fans are here because of us, and so we'll play for our fans, and we'll play for our families, we'll play for each other, and play for the state of Nebraska and all the Husker fans out there, and see what happens.
What are some of the most intense crowd games that you've ever been a part of?
I would say there were mainly road games. I've never coached in this environment before, right? So as a home environment, we didn't have that at Temple. We had a great environment at Baylor, but not this. And we didn't have it in Carolina. First year was COVID, and so it's just a different. So I've never had that. NFL stadiums, as I've said, are different. But I'd say when I was at Temple going to Penn State, Penn State's really, really loud. It's Steel Stadium. Even the double-ear thing hasn't worked. In the American, honestly, going to UCF was like that because they're another Steel Stadium that just reverberates. But I'd say the loudest place I've probably ever been would probably be Penn State.
Is there anything new on Javen, right? How's he doing?
Yeah, it's funny you said that. We got a really positive update on him today. So, things are trending in the right direction for him to come back at some point and sooner than later. So, but again, there's a lot of steps that have to happen. So I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but, he's battling. And doing everything right. So we got a really good report, literally this morning. So I got a little pep in my step for him. So pretty cool. You see, like when the defense huddles up to go out, he always goes out with them. So it's like, hey, I can't be out there, so play. I'm out there in spirit, though. It's pretty cool. Guys, we could have done this via text, guys. Could have just texted me. I can see it, right?